First of all, happy, happy, happy New Year. Thank you so much for being here with me and entering this new year on Rise. This is your way of pouring into yourself. So go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back for choosing to be here. We are entering this new year by redefining love, baby. Yes, if we want to attract a partner who looks good and feels good, we got to make sure that we're looking good and feeling good too. Before we dive into it, go ahead and hit like and subscribe so you can officially become a part of this Rise family. Now, the first month of Rise was all about that deep healing work. So there was a lot of realizations, a lot of tears shed, and a lot of breakthroughs. Now it's time to spice things up a bit by feeling chosen. And if you're anything like me, you kind of feel ready to get back out there. But you know how they say just because the medicine's working doesn't mean you got to stop taking it. You don't just want to let anybody in. You're valuable, all right? And it's time for you to treat yourself that way and be okay with looking like you treat yourself really good. Now, without further ado, enjoy the vlog. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode, wherever you are in the world. As you may know, Rise is a series dedicated to survivors of sexual trauma and narcissistic abuse, and I appreciate you for being here, even if this doesn't resonate with you. I appreciate your support. Stepping into this new year, I am just asking for a lot of courage to be able to speak up about the things that society makes you feel ashamed about. And I want you to know that there's nothing to be ashamed about, that it's not your fault, and that you too are worthy of a healthy love, a healthy, vibrant, and beautiful love. I pray that you let 2026 be that year for you to receive the fullness of all of the love and all of the light. So before we skip to the good part, I felt compelled to share a practice that my therapist had me do in order to help you conjure up the courage to really face what it is that happened to you. Thanks for listening. All right, hey, queens. We were just writing our confrontation letter to the man that raped me. And I've waited this long to even have the courage to say that word. Because you have this fear of being dismissed or silenced. And then I remind myself why I created Rise, so we can find and build that courage to confront the very thing that happened to us. Oh, and I can only really pray that God's hand is here during this entire process. And He knows exactly how to heal our hearts and help us to rise up, to get up, to walk again, to trust again, to love again. He knows exactly how to do that. So just I'm just going to pray out loud because my heart feels a little heavy right now. And I'm trying to find the right words to say. So I pray that you just help me find the right words to say and to help me to create and speak about the things that you need me to speak about boldly. Help me to use my voice, help me to use my story to help any other woman out there feel seen, feel held, feel heard, and supported. To know that, hey girl, you're not alone. What happened to you is real. And whoever wants to believe it or not believe it or not talk about it with you, let them. Let them think or believe whatever they want. Let them dismiss, let them silence. But here in this space, you are heard totally. And I do encourage you to also go to a therapist because she's the one that got me to write this confrontation letter. Not even just to give to him, but just for my own healing. And I didn't even, I guess I'll share some if we're already going to be vulnerable. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not going to say their name, but I said, "Dear blank, I really don't even want to talk to you. I don't even want to sit here and pour my energy writing to you. You didn't deserve any piece of me. But yet here I am, 2 years later, writing my confrontation to you." Flashback. Boom, right there. On the bathroom floor, not fully aware of what just happened, but my body was painfully awakened on your bathroom floor. Give me the strength, God, to simply be able to talk about it. Okay. Thank you. Okay, girl, it's real talk. If we want someone that is attractive, then we need to make sure that we're pouring into our attraction as well. So I thought the girls will love this. We are prioritizing pampering ourselves this year. So, how are you showing up and treating yourself like the person you love the most? How are you treating her? Or are you just waiting on the bench line, waiting for some man to come sweep you up to give you a reason to dress up in your finest dress and put on those fine heels and get your nails done and get your makeup done? Are you waiting for him to come along to treat you to a really nice date? Or are you stepping out and giving that to yourself? Because, miss, I don't know about you, but we just entered a new year. And so the way that you better be taking care of yourself, the standard needs to be moved up a bit. Instead of twiddling your thumbs, saying, woe is me, when is my Prince Charming going to come along and treat me like the queen that I am so I can treat him like the king that he is? Baby girl, you keep on showing up as that queen on your day-to-day basis. You be that, you live that authentically. How are you really showing up in your life behind the cameras, behind the social media posts, behind the highlight reels? How are you genuinely showing up so that when your partner does come along, it's not like you are finally giving yourself permission to live abundantly and beautifully and intimately? Create that intimacy for yourself now. I want to just make a testimony right now, okay? I had this dress on my list of something to buy for myself 2 years ago, and I finally bought her. And it makes me kind of emotional to think about because it's symbolic of me gifting myself something that I've always wanted, something that I know that I can always rock. It's a personal gift, it's a personal reward, especially, surviving such a heartbreaking year last year. And so I'm like, you know what, let's step into the new year looking like the worthy woman that we are, because I am worthy of nice things. I am worthy of beautiful things and owning them and being it as well. So I just pray that you go and you do something to make yourself feel that good, that that level of good. I hope that you decide to just go do that today. You know that saying where they say just pull out the china every now and then, you have to pull out the fine china and bust out a nice whiskey on the glass just because. You can't be waiting for every next celebration, every next fine anniversary, every next fine thing. You can't be waiting for that next reason to just do something really nice for yourself. So I hope you do that now. I know I gotta show you the shoes before you go. Okay. Okay. We got the stilettos. Right. I gotta go. One of the main themes tonight is making yourself feel chosen. Yes, make yourself feel chosen amongst a society that waits for someone else to give them a reason to put on their nicest dress and their nicest heels and put on, just their brightest self on for the night. I dare you to make yourself feel chosen this week. What does that look like for you? What does that feel like for you? And do it. Even if it looks like, what are you doing to other people? I think you should just do it and experience what chosen feels like on a personal level. Especially if you are someone who has gone through similar things that I have in this Rise series, all the things that we're healing from. I hope that you can look in that reflection of the mirror, make yourself feel chosen, and actually truly love and be in awe of what you see and start to walk like it and start to move like that and start to act like it. So what does feeling chosen look like for you? Is it taking yourself out on a really nice date like I'm doing right now? I want to know, what is it for you? Comment it below. I'd love to read what you're doing to make yourself feel chosen, because we're all unique in our own ways. And I think that's the beauty about being human, is that we all feel seen and heard in our own unique, special way. So what is yours? This is love. This is chosen right here. Just out and about.
That's an out and about. That's cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's a moment.
It's a moment.
It's a baguette candle.
It's a baguette candle. And I'm buying this little tiny ashtray. So we got how many steps in today?
11,000.
11,000 just shopping. Say hey. Hey. You already know what time it is. It is time for our journal prompts. The first one being, which beliefs about love am I releasing? What qualities define healthy love? And my favorite, what does feeling chosen look like? If you feel compelled to share your journal prompts down below, go ahead and comment it. I would love to read what your take on this is. The next practice is to create two lists between old love patterns and healthy love patterns. Simply put, old love patterns says, I'm scared to lose them. Healthy love says, I trust myself whether this lasts or not. To go more in depth on how this looks like, here are a few examples of what old love patterns look like. Needing extra reassurance to feel valued, feeling anxious or insecure most of the time, confusing intensity or drama with love. Now moving on to a few examples of what healthy love looks like. Healthy love feels calm, safe, and emotionally secure. You trust the other person without constant checking. The love feels steady and not chaotic. And I'll go ahead and leave the rest of the examples right here on the screen. I'll go ahead and leave the rest of the examples right here on the screen so you can review them for yourself. And I want to give you a gentle reminder to be compassionate with yourself if you notice old love pattern habits still lingering around, because you're still unlearning these things and you're still learning to be more confident in your relationships. So be gentle with yourself this week. Thank you.
No problem.
Now it's time to notice calm masculine energy in these 5 areas, being body sensations, emotions, thoughts, behavior changes, and the aftermath of how you feel. The first one being body sensations. It's your shoulders dropping without you forcing them. Your body is naturally relaxing. Your breathing becomes slower or deeper. The next area we will go over is emotions. You feel calm and steady versus anxious or on edge. You feel a quiet sense of safety, not excitement, just ease. The third area is your thoughts. Your mind will feel clearer and less noisy. You won't be overthinking what you just said. You're not scanning for danger, tone changes, or hidden meanings. Next, we have behavior changes. You speak more naturally and at a normal pace. You don't feel the need to explain or justify yourself constantly. And you can set small boundaries without fear. Now, the aftermath, how you feel after you're done hanging out with this person. Ooh, you feel more like yourself rather than drained. You don't replay the interaction with embarrassment, and your body doesn't crash afterwards. So, now time for a reflection. I'll tell you right now, after I was done hanging out with my friend and her boyfriend, I noticed that he had calm masculine energy. And so I had just had to tell her. And she agreed. She absolutely agreed and mentioned that he's the reason why she healed her inner child. And I noticed throughout our hangout, he was offering to open the door and to get the coffee and cover the coffee, and little things like that that I'm not used to, that I'm just used to doing myself, that made a difference, that made me feel just a little bit more safer around them and more at ease and more calm and relaxed. So this week, intentionally be looking out for that calm masculine energy, whether that's through a friend, a coworker, a stranger, the barista, and just notice these qualities and how they affect you and your behavior. And also notice if you're resisting or receiving it. I hope you choose to receive it because you deserve to feel at ease. All right, hey girl. One of the practices we'll be doing this week is to reduce media that romanticizes chaos. We are out with that. If that means you have to stop listening to Ariana Grande's song's Boyfriend because that song is about a situationship, not a relationship, then do that. Cut out all the music, TV shows, movies, books, whatever it is that you need to reduce it now. If that means you need to switch your playlist and listen to something more uplifting and something that has nothing to do about relationships, or gospel music even, do whatever it takes to reduce anything that is romanticizing that chaos and replace it with something that soothes you, that adds more peace into your life. Okay, I believe in you. You can do this. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to connect with you and know, what practices will you be doing this week? Will it be the journal prompts? Will it be taking yourself out on a date? What does chosen look like for you? I want to know. Go ahead and comment it below. And if you're here by yourself, go ahead and share this with a friend that you'd like to do this Rise series with. You don't have to do all the healing work alone. You may be alone, but you're not alone. And if you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit like and subscribe so you can officially become a part of this Rise series wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week.